because I will not let it win. That's the trick. Your life changes. Yes, you've got to say goodbye to a lot of shit that you love. And it's fucking hard. Like, I'm thinking dreaming big. Now, I'm not just single. I'm extremely single. I'm disabled. Disabled, but I'm not dead. When it comes to work, now, it's hard. If you're not self-aware, if you're in denial about your health, you're never going to get those results. Grab that negative shit by the f***ing balls, look it in the eye, and tell it to f*** off. Chronic illness is where you're dealing with an illness that lasts longer than 3 months and there's no cure. 6 out of 10 adults in America suffer from chronic illness. 3 out of 5 people will experience chronic illness at some point in their life. If you're watching this and you're not suffering from chronic illness, just fucking make the most of it, okay? Living with chronic illness sucks. It sucks. Okay? It's shit. No one chooses to be sick. Like, never once has someone gone, do you know what? I would love to feel like shit all the time. I would love to be in pain constantly. I'd love to be so exhausted that I can't get out of bed. I'll lose all my friends. I can't go anywhere. That's the life I want. Let's face it, no one chooses that. There are a lot of us that suffer from chronic illness and we are so lucky. So lucky. I think it's about adapting. And I'm going to talk about some of the challenges in this vlog and the overall turn it into a positive. It's easy, but it's totally possible. Isolation. Right, isolation and chronic illness go hand in hand. At night, pretty much everyone reports a pain increase, and that's because there's less distraction. So even if you're married, if you have children and there are people in the house and around you, you're still isolated. You still are alone dealing with that pain, dealing with that fatigue, dealing with those side effects. And yeah, your mental health. Absolutely your mental health. In my dealing with chronic illness hacks and tips, definitely have a look at that, because I think I did 14 hacks for chronic illness. Put those measures in place to minimise the negativity of isolation. So I don't feel isolated in my own home. There's lots of questionnaires at hospital. Do you feel trapped in your own home? No. Do you feel depressed when you go to bed? No. When I go in my nest, I call it my nest, I feel relief. It's a pain reduction. I have everything I need. It's cosy as f***. It's amazing. My nest is amazing. If without my nest, I wouldn't be anywhere near as good as what I am now. You've got to turn negatives into positives. This one's a bit difficult. This is other people coming up with solutions. Now, if anyone says to you they have the cure to your disease, it will cost you whatever, don't do it. Do not pay anyone any money for the cure. So when people are saying to you, if you did this, why don't you do this? Have you tried this? Have you tried that? You need to be careful. You need to be careful. I don't know how to say this. I don't know how to say this nicely. Okay. When people who are up their own arse feel that they know your illness better than you and that you're not helping yourself, because obviously we want to be sick, the fucking idiots, and they come up with stupid things like, perhaps if you exercised more. I always use that tone of voice when I do that. Perhaps if you exercised more. I think that's because that's how they say it. Perhaps if you exercise more. If you thought about exercising a bit more, then maybe you wouldn't be ill. I've never been so f***ing insulted in all my life. That's the one that pisses me off the most, I think. And I have a very clear personality. It's not like my personality is subtle. I know you only know me from like here, but I'm pretty ballsy personality. So when they say it, they genuinely think they're f***ing right. They genuinely think they're helping. And I try, you know, I don't think it's right to be angry with them because they're just uneducated. I haven't taken 2 minutes to go, hang on a minute. She used to work in war zones, she used to go to the gym all the time, she used to be really active. Surely, if it was a choice, she'd manage it differently. Yeah, no shit. Let's move on from this one. Is that nice? Am I totally distracted from doing the vlog? Oh, I'm sorry. Was I ignoring you? What have you been in? What is this? The f*** is that? Oh, mate. Well, we're just going to ignore that. We're going to ignore it. Yeah. Oh. You're going to say goodbye to a lot of things, but you're also going to have doors opened for you in different ways. So I lost out on Africa, but I've gained YouTube. I would never have done this. Disabled, not dead. So yes, your life changes. Yes, you've got to say goodbye to a lot of shit that you love. And it's f***ing hard. It's f***ing hard. But you have to remember that, okay, I've got to say goodbye to this. It's really shit. I'm really f***ed off. I'm really pissed off. I'm going to eat a cheesecake. Or 10. But something new is going to occur. And I'm going to f***ing embrace it. Because I will not let it win. That's the trick. This is a difficult one to talk about because obviously my friends and family might watch these vlogs. And it's not just me that experience is this. A lot of times for a lot of people, family and close friends are extremely fucking supportive. They don't get it. Don't believe you or tell you you're right, or they just don't want to hear it. It's crazy. It's crazy. You know, I've had it many times because I'm over a decade into living with chronic illness now. I've had it many times where I've had people that are what I didn't even realise they are my friends go out of their way to get me meds so that I can survive when my family is nowhere to be seen. Certain family members are nowhere to be seen. You know, I've had family around, but I've had to pay someone to help me with things while family just sit there. It's, so I think, but I have a theory, right? First of all, a couple of things, right? First of all, and this is family and friends, right? I've loads of friends, like there's only so many times you can invite someone to an event or to out or reach out to them. There's only so many times you can say no before they'll stop asking you. I get it. They have their lives. And with regards to the friends, that was the hardest thing. That is the hardest thing that I have to deal with. Is, you know, my friends, since I've been sick, I've been sick. That's it. I've been at war with my body. But friends have got married, they've had children, they've travelled, they've brought property, and I've tried methotrexate, sulfasalazine. Trying to get out of bed is my achievement. You know, it's a very different life. Life goes on, and it's not that we get left behind, although it does feel like that. It's that we're on a different path. So my advice, if you are suffering with chronic illness and feeling like you're being left behind, is just be so happy for them. Just be so happy that they're not sick, that they're not dealing with the shit that you're dealing with, that they're able to change jobs, get promotion, have children. I'm so happy for my friends that have been able to do that have the energy to go camping or go on holiday or go on a night out, go out for a meal. I'm really happy for them. I'm so happy that they get to do that. Yes, like there's like 20% of me that's f***ing devastated that I can't do it. But that 20% doesn't want them to not do it. I'm just so happy for them. Right, with family, okay, here's my theory. I think your family just don't want you to be sick. They don't want you to be sick. And we don't get educated. Can you hear him purring? We get more education in the UK on how to care for pets, how to care for our cats and our dogs, than what we do how to care and support family members that are dealing with chronic illness. There's no education. They don't know how to do it. They don't know what to say. They don't get it because they haven't experienced it. So they block. They block it. It's really simple. They block it. So there's no point in going on about it, I don't think, because I've tried. And I'm a pretty good communicator, right? There's no point in going on about it. There's no point in trying to get them to understand. Again, in this situation, my advice is just be so happy for them that they don't get it. And hopefully in their lifetime, they will never have to get it. Now, I'm not talking about accepting that you're sick and that's it, giving up. No. It took me a long time to say the words, I'm disabled. I'm disabled. And it infuriated my mum because she's like, why do you keep saying it? And I'm like, because I'm trying to get around my head that I'm disabled. It took me a long time to be able to say it, to accept it, and to understand that it's nothing to be ashamed of. Yeah? I'm disabled. Disabled, but I'm not dead. Accepting that I'm disabled does not mean giving in. Yes, I accept it. Yes, I am practical. I make change. I adapt. I plan for the worst. I hope for the best. I haven't given in. My disease isn't gonna win. Well, it better not. If it wins, I'm really gonna be pissed off. It's about, I think it's important you have to be self-aware to be able to get your ducks in a row to get what you want in life. And if you're not self-aware, if you're in denial about your health, you're never going to get those results. So that's what I mean when I say acceptance. Now, I'm not just single, I'm extremely single. And 100% your illness does not mean that you're going to be single forever. With me, I think because I had decades of being covered in psoriasis extensively, sorry, the cat's sitting on my nose. Is that nice? Is that comfy? Yeah? I'm not sure I want to restrict someone to my life. I wouldn't choose to. I wouldn't choose this life for anyone. So I think it's a bit difficult on having a relationship on, I know it needs to be that person's choice, but I wouldn't want to hold someone back. And the other big problem is I don't get out to meet people because I suffer from chronic fatigue. Short version, dealing with chronic illness does not mean that you're going to be single forever. But me, I've got a few things to go through now. Oh my God, there's loads of orange things, look. Look at them, they're everywhere. I want to have a garden channel in the future, so I've set up this wildlife area. It's really cool. I live in the UK and I'm very lucky to live in the UK. I know I'm lucky. I am a white woman who's British. I have the NHS, free healthcare, free education, privileged. So for any of you that don't have access to healthcare or that are in countries that aren't as lucky as British people, when it comes to work, it's hard. I thought in the UK that we were really accessible, really inclusive. Not. No, we're not. Of course we're not. If you think that we are inclusive and we are disabled accessible, think about a supermarket. If you go in with a Zimmer frame, you've got nowhere to put your basket. Right? If you're going in a wheelchair, can you reach everything? Of course you can't. We're not disabled friendly. We're not. Yet. It's a work in progress. So when it comes to work, we're not ready. We're not fully inclusive. We're just not. Now, I am really lucky that I'm still employed. A lot of people that suffer from chronic illness, there's so much more we could do as employers on flexible working, work from home. We proved during COVID, there's so many roles that can work from home. But now people are like, we seem to be going a bit backwards, which I'm a bit gutted about. So I think for those of us with chronic illness, well, actually, not just those of us with chronic illness, with the way that things are going with YouTube and like print on demand, passive income, there's so many options available to us that we can do around our physical limits. So work doesn't need to be the traditional sense of the word. Again, we need to adapt. And it's not easy, and it might not be what we planned, but I'm still grateful. I still feel extremely lucky. Like, I've got a YouTube channel. I have a YouTube channel. If this YouTube channel helps one person, to be honest, it better help more than one person. But even if I just help one person, if I can make one person smile, I fucking did it. I've made a positive difference. And if it's the fucking cat lady stuff, you're all knobheads. Hopefully it'll be something, life-saving. Not that I'm not the fucking cat lady or I can't get my leg over a motorbike or something like that, I'm thinking dreaming big. Doesn't matter whether you're able-bodied or not, managing mental health is an ongoing process. And if you're struggling with your mental health, you need to be self-aware and you need to get help. Get help. I highly recommend CBT, cognitive behaviour therapy. I think we need to talk about this shit more. We need to talk about everything more. I think taboo subjects cause so much harm. And I think, you can see on my channel, we're going to be talking about everything. But when it comes to mental health, everything's about, you've got to be self-aware. You have to be self-aware. If you're going down the staircase, be aware of that. Get help. Talk to people. And don't be like, do you know what really does my nut in? Is when, if someone had a broken arm, they wouldn't just leave it with a bone sticking out. They'd go to hospital and they'd get a cast. But with their mental health, they won't get treatment. What the f*** are you doing? If something's not working right in your body, you get treatment. What? I don't understand why some people, you know who you are, get f***ing treatment. Or at least attempt to do the CBT stuff on your own. Do something. Break the circle. No one's life goal is to feel like shit every day, to be in pain constantly. But I think, yep, are you alright? Your bum's a bit in the air there, mate. Oh, bless you. Oh, I just shit myself then. Okay. It's good to see you're not injured. This cat doesn't purr. Anyone got any comments about that? Like, he makes all the movements, like his little paws go, his eyes go, he'll sit and he'll drool. He does all the like purring things, but there's no purr. Anyone got any ideas on that? Got distracted by Handsome. What were we saying? What were we talking about? You beautiful. Yeah. Positivity. Positive. Being positive. Right. Grab that negative shit by the fucking balls, look it in the eye, and tell it to fuck off. You are a fucking warrior. If you're surviving chronic illness, if you're still here, you're a warrior. If you're watching this, you're a fucking warrior. And if you're watching this and you're able-bodied, fucking more respect to you. Because why are you watching this? Like, you know, there must be a reason that you have a loved one or a friend who suffers from chronic illness. I think I have more respect to people that are able-bodied that are watching this. But for those of you that are dealing with chronic illness, you've got to remember you're fucking awesome. You're fucking awesome. Now you fucking listen to me. Don't give me shit about this. I'm right. Okay? Turn it into a fucking positive. Own that shit. Grab it by the fucking balls. Look it in the eye. Tell it to fuck off. Because negative doesn't belong here. Okay? We've got enough shit to do. We've got enough shit to be dealing with without having to also deal with negativity. So you tell it to fuck off.